Heard the true sound of your name? Not just the syllables, but the deep vibration, the echo of an ancient energy that has resonated since your birth? Get ready, because you are about to discover a secret that could radically change the way you see yourself and your place in the universe. In this journey through Buddhist wisdom, we will reveal the hidden meaning of the first letter of your name, a secret code that holds the key to your destiny. And we warn you, what you discover may surprise you, shock you, and maybe finally make you realize who you really are. So, stay until the end of the video. But before continuing, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to know when we publish new content for your spiritual growth. The morning sun, a skilled artist, painted delicate golden strokes through the thick bamboo, illuminating the monastery courtyard. A diverse group of people, souls seeking answers and spiritual travelers, sat in reverent silence on cushions arranged in a semicircle. In the center, on a time-worn wooden stage, sat Master Jian, an elderly Buddhist monk. His face, a map of wisdom carved from wrinkles, silently told stories of past lives and deep understanding. His eyes, wells of calm and serenity, seemed to penetrate the soul of anyone who met his gaze. "Welcome," Master Jian began, his voice a resonant bomb, like the deep tolling of a bronze bell reverberating through a silent valley, awakening the sleeping soul. Today, we will embark on a journey of inner discovery. We will explore territory that is deeply familiar to you, yet perhaps uncharted, your name. More specifically, the initial gem, the first letter from which it takes shape. A rustle of curiosity, like a summer breeze through the trees, ran through the assembly. Questioning glances met, while others nodded, already immersed in personal thoughts. In the vast and intricate fabric of Buddhism, the master continued, his voice weaving a spell of words, nothing is a matter of chance. Every sound, every vibration, every single event is a thread woven into the cosmic tapestry of cause and effect. Your name, that unique sound that identifies you, given to you at the moment of your birth, is an essential part of this universal design. He paused, allowing his words to sink in, like raindrops nourishing the thirsty earth. Think about it for a moment. How many times in a single day is your name spoken, whispered, shouted? How many times do you think it, write it, read it? Each time, that specific vibration, that subtle but powerful energy, affects you. Like a karst river, it shapes your being, your natural inclinations, even the path your life travels. A woman, her face a mixture of shyness and resolve, raised her hand delicately. "Master Jian," she asked, her voice a thin thread but clear, "how can a single letter have such power, such influence over our existence?" The master smiled, a smile that lit up his face like a ray of sunshine piercing the thickest clouds. "Imagine a seed," he replied, his voice now like the murmur of a crystalline stream. A small seed, seemingly insignificant, almost invisible to the distracted eye. Yet, in that tiny casket lies the potential of a majestic tree, of brightly colored and intoxicatingly scented flowers, of juicy and nutritious fruits. The first letter of your name is the equivalent of that seed. It contains the essence of your life energy, the deep and pulsating root of your identity. From a small table beside him, he retrieved a wooden bowl, ancient and smoothed by the touch of countless hands. It was filled with letters carved in wood, each with its own personality, its own unique shape, its own silent story to tell. "Today," he announced, his voice vibrant with the promise of revelation, "we will embark on a profound exploration of the spiritual meaning of these letters. We will reveal the hidden energies that vibrate behind each of them, and how these energies can resonate, influence, and enrich your earthly journey." An atmosphere of expectation, as dense and palpable as the morning mist, spread among those present, similar to the calm that precedes a storm of discovery. Master Jian began to fish out the letters one by one, holding them up like precious gems, so that everyone could admire them in their singularity. "Let's start with A," he said, his voice now an echo of ancient wisdom. A is like a primordial flame, the Alpha, the beginning of all things. It is the energy of the born leader, of fearless courage, of bold initiative. Those who start with A often possess an inexhaustible inner strength, an iron determination. They are the pioneers, the innovators, those who blaze new trails with passion and vision. A is the energy of the sun, the fire that burns in the solar plexus. It is the urge to create, to conquer. But this energy requires balance. It can manifest as impatience or excessive ambition. He paused, his eyes scanning the audience's reactions, looking for signs of understanding, of inner resonance. Think of those you know whose names begin with A. Do you recognize these qualities? And if A is your initial, how have you manifested this powerful energy? Have you embraced it, or repressed it? He continued, picking up the letter B, he said, his voice now a melodious whisper, is like water that flows, adapting and nourishing. It is the energy of deep sensitivity, of empathy, of healing. Those with B as their initial are often gifted with a big, compassionate heart, with an innate ability to understand the emotions of others. They are the ones who bring harmony and peace. B is the energy of the moon, of the water that flows in the sacral chakra. It is the impulse to care, to protect. But be careful, this sensitivity can turn into vulnerability or excessive dependence. And so on, Master Jian, with the patience of an ancient weaver, wove the thread of the meaning of each letter, revealing its nuances and potential. C, he said, was like air, shifting and impalpable. It is the energy of communication, of creative expression. Those who have C as their initial are often gifted with a brilliant mind, a talent for art, music, writing. They are the storytellers, those who know how to use words to inspire. C is the energy of the wind, which vibrates in the throat chakra. It is the impulse to share, to connect. But this energy can also manifest as superficiality or difficulty concentrating. The D, solid and stable like the earth, represented concreteness, practicality, rooted wisdom. Those who begin with the D, explained the Master, are often reliable, responsible people, with their feet firmly planted on the ground. They are the builders, the organizers. They possess patience and perseverance. The D is the energy of the earth, of rooting in the root chakra. It is the impulse to build, to protect. But be careful, this energy can transform into rigidity or excessive attachment to materialism. The E, vibrant and curious, was the letter of knowledge, of learning, of expansion. Those who have the E as their initial, said Master Jian, are often people with an insatiable thirst for knowledge, an innate curiosity. They are the eternal students, those who are not satisfied with appearances. The E is the energy of the air, of the mind that expands in the third eye chakra. It is the impulse to know, to understand. But this energy can also manifest as dispersion or excessive intellectualization. The F, tender and protective, represented love, family, responsibility. Those who begin with the F, the Master explained, are often loving, caring people, with a strong sense of duty. They are parents, trusted friends. They have a great capacity for empathy. The F is the energy of water, of the heart that opens in the heart chakra. It is the impulse to protect, to nurture. But this energy can turn into excessive self-sacrifice or difficulty saying no. The G, restless and spiritual, was the letter of inner exploration, of the search for meaning. Those who have the G as their initial, said Master Jian, are often souls on a journey, seekers of truth. They are those who ask the great existential questions. The Ji is the energy of fire, of transformation in the sacral chakra. It is the impulse to grow, to evolve. But be careful, this energy can manifest as chronic dissatisfaction or difficulty finding peace. The H, balanced and harmonious, represented the search for balance between the material and the spiritual. Those who begin with the H, the Master explained, are often people who seek to integrate the different aspects of their lives. They are the mediators, the diplomats. The H is the energy of the earth, of rooting in the root chakra. It is the impulse to create order, to find completeness. But this energy can turn into excessive control or fear of change. The I, luminous and spiritual, was the letter of enlightenment, of connection with universal wisdom. Those who have the I as their initial, said Master Jian, are often people with a deep intuition, a spiritual sensitivity. They are the mystics, the inspired artists. The I is the energy of the air, of the mind that rises in the crown chakra. It is the impulse to understand, to transcend. But this energy can manifest as detachment from reality or difficulty living in the material world. The J, visionary and intuitive, represented the ability to see beyond appearances. Those who begin with the J, the Master explained, are often people with great intuition. They are the counselors, the therapists, the charismatic leaders. The J is the energy of the air, of the mind that penetrates the third eye chakra. It is the impulse to understand, to guide. But this energy can transform into excessive concern for the future or a tendency to judge. K, strong and determined, was the letter of inner strength, discipline, perseverance. Those who have K as their initial, said Master Jian, are often people with an iron will. They are warriors, athletes, leaders who never give up. K is the energy of fire, in the solar plexus. It is the impulse to act, to surpass oneself. But this energy can transform into stubbornness or aggression. The L, loving and compassionate, represented healing, unconditional love. Those who begin with the L, the Master explained, are often people with big hearts. They are the healers, the therapists. The L is the energy of water, of the heart opening in the heart chakra. It is the impulse to heal, to nourish. But this energy can turn into excessive self-sacrifice. M, wise and thoughtful, was the letter of inner wisdom, of stability. Those who have M as their initial, said Master Jian, are often introspective, meditative people. They are the elders, the counselors, the keepers of knowledge. M is the energy of the earth, of rooting in the root chakra. It is the impulse to understand, to reflect. But this energy can transform into excessive introversion or isolation. The N, dynamic and exploratory, represented movement, communication. Those who begin with the N, the Master explained, are often curious, enterprising people. They are the travelers, the communicators, the teachers. The N is the energy of the air, in the throat chakra. It is the impulse to explore, to connect. But be careful, this energy can manifest as superficiality or dispersion. The O, round and complete, was the letter of unity, of interconnection. Those who have the O as their initial, said Master Jian, are often people who feel a strong connection with the universe. They are the mystics, the philosophers, the visionary artists. The O is the energy of water and air, which merge in the crown chakra. It is the impulse to unite, to understand. But this energy can manifest as detachment from reality. The P, creative and transformative, represented the power of transformation, of evolution. Those who begin with the P, the Master explained, are often people with great inner strength. They are the healers, the alchemists, the leaders. The P is the energy of fire, in the sacral chakra. It is the impulse to create, to transform. But this energy can transform into impulsiveness or instability. Q, analytical and meticulous, was the letter of the search for answers, of mental balance. Those who have Q as their initial, said Master Jian, are often people with a sharp mind. They are scientists, researchers, philosophers. Q is the energy of the earth, in the root chakra. It is the impulse to understand, to order. But this energy can transform into excessive criticism or mental rigidity. The R, karmic and evolutionary, represented the cycle of spiritual lessons, the evolution of the soul. Those who begin with the R, the Master explained, are often people who are facing important challenges. They are the spiritual warriors. The R is the energy of air and fire, in the solar plexus. It is the impulse to evolve, to understand. But this energy can transform into victimhood or resentment. S, sensitive and intuitive, was the letter of channeling universal energy. Those who have S as their initial, Master Jian said, are often people with great sensitivity. They are mediums, psychics, inspired artists. S is the energy of water, in the heart chakra. It is the impulse to feel, to connect. But this energy can turn into oversensitivity or vulnerability. The T, stable and constructive, represented spiritual construction, the manifestation of one's goals. Those who begin with the T, the Master explained, are often concrete, practical people. They are the builders, the architects, the leaders. The T is the energy of the earth, in the root chakra. It is the impulse to build, to achieve. But this energy can transform into stubbornness or rigidity. The U, elevated and spiritual, was the letter of the expansion of consciousness, of the unique perspective. Those who have the U as their initial, said Master Jian, are often people with a broad vision. They are the philosophers, the mystics, the spiritual leaders. The U is the energy of the air, in the throat chakra, with resonance up to the third eye and the crown. It is the impulse to rise, to understand. But this energy can manifest as detachment from reality. The V, strong and determined, represented the warrior of light's determination. Those who begin with the V, the Master explained, are often people with innate courage. They are warriors, athletes, leaders. The V is the energy of fire, in the solar plexus. It is the impulse to act, to surpass oneself. But this energy can transform into aggression or impulsiveness. The W, observant and silent, was the letter of introspection, of inner wisdom. Those who have the W as their initial, said Master Jian, are often introspective, meditative people. They are the observers, the thinkers, the philosophers. The W is the energy of water, in the heart and root chakras. It is the impulse to understand, to reflect. But this energy can transform into isolation or shyness. The X, rare and mysterious, represented the spiritual alchemist, the transformation. Those who begin with the X, explained the Master, are often people with great inner strength. They are the alchemists, the healers, the transformers. The X is the energy of fire, in the sacral chakra. It is the impulse to transform, to heal, to evolve. But be careful, continued Master Jian, with a tone that invited caution and self-awareness. This powerful energy of transformation can, if not well understood and channeled, manifest itself as excessive emotional intensity, a tendency to dramatize situations, or a difficulty in letting go of the past and painful experiences. It is essential, therefore, to learn to cultivate forgiveness, towards oneself and towards others, to let go of rancor and resentment, and to remember that every experience, even the most difficult and painful, can be a precious source of learning and personal and spiritual growth. The Y, with its shape reminiscent of a fork in the road, represented the connector of worlds, the ability to move between the material and the spiritual, the integration of duality. Those who have Y as their initial, Master Jian said, his voice now a suspended bridge between two realities, are often individuals gifted with remarkable mental and spiritual flexibility, an innate ability to adapt to the changes and different circumstances of life, and to understand and accept the multiple perspectives that reality offers. They are natural mediators, diplomats, those who manage to find a meeting point between apparently irreconcilable opposites, bridges between different cultures, ideas, and worlds. They possess a deep intuition, a strong empathy, and the ability to see things from unexpected angles. The Y is mainly associated with the energy of air, which gives an agile mind and the ability to communicate effectively, but its resonance extends in particular to the third eye chakra, the center of intuitive perception and deep understanding. It is the impulse to connect, to understand, to integrate opposites. However, warned the Master, this energy can also translate into a certain indecision, into the difficulty of taking a clear and defined position, into a tendency to please others in order to avoid conflict. It is therefore essential to learn to listen to one's inner voice, to trust one's intuition and one's convictions, and to remember that true integration and harmony come from the full and unconditional acceptance of oneself, with all one's lights and shadows. Finally, Z, the last letter of the alphabet, powerful and conclusive, represented the closing of the cycle, the rebirth, the profound and definitive transformation. Those who begin with Z, Master Jian explained, with a tone that evoked the completion of a long and significant journey, are often souls who have lived intense and significant life experiences, who have passed through moments of profound crisis and radical rebirth, who have learned, through pain and joy, to let go of the past and embrace the future with hope, trust, and renewed awareness. They are the wise, the healers, those who have overcome great trials and have come out transformed, stronger and more aware. They possess extraordinary inner strength, unshakable resilience, and the ability to continually reinvent themselves, like the phoenix rising from its ashes. The Z is strongly connected to the energy of the earth, which symbolizes both the end of a cycle and the potential for a new beginning. It is deeply connected to the root chakra, indicating a transformation that starts from the foundations of being, from security, from survival, and then spreads to all other levels. It is the impulse to conclude, to transform, to be reborn into a new life. But be careful, warned the Master, this powerful energy of closure and renewal can also manifest itself as a certain fear of change, an excessive attachment to the past, a difficulty in letting go of what is no longer useful to one's evolutionary path. It is therefore essential to learn to flow with the natural cycle of life, to accept the end as an integral and necessary part of the process of growth and transformation, and to remember that every end, however painful it may seem, always brings with it the seed of a new and bright beginning. Master Jian, having traveled through the entire alphabet, revealing the secrets and potential of each individual letter, returned to sit in the lotus position, his figure emanating an aura of serene completeness and profound wisdom. Each name, he concluded, his voice resonating like an ancient and powerful mantra, is a reflection of the unique energy we carry with us in this incarnation, a subtle but powerful vibration that defines us and accompanies us on our earthly journey. Understanding the profound meaning of the first letter of our name is like discovering a secret key, a precious map that guides us toward greater awareness of ourselves, our talents, our challenges, and our unlimited potential. He paused meaningfully, letting his words settle softly like morning dew on the attentive and receptive minds of those present. But always remember, he added, with a smile that radiated ancient wisdom and infinite compassion, the key, however precious, does not open the door by itself. The map, however detailed, does not walk for us. Your name, with its energy and meaning, is a starting point, an indication, a potential waiting to be manifested. It is you, with your daily choices, with your awareness, with your firm will and with your constant commitment, who create your life, who shape your destiny. Use this knowledge you have gained today as a valuable tool, as a reliable compass, to orient yourself with greater clarity and certainty on the wonderful and sometimes turbulent journey of life, to grow, to evolve, to become the most authentic, brightest and most fully realized version of yourself.